Alright guys, so today I'm bringing you a video on some pruning of some grapes here in Florida, and that's something that I'm definitely kind of slacking on up at my farm. Grapes do well here in Florida. It's something I need to get on top of. I need to get some cables in the ground and I need to get these planted. And you guys ask me all the time, where do I learn all of this stuff? And this is where I learned this stuff, from guys like Paul. Paul is a local expert. Paul knows fruit trees really well. Paul knows grapes really well. Paul is like a botanical expert in all different facets of growing here in Florida, so hold tight.
This is Paul Zmoda, and this is our Flatwoods fruit farm, and we do a lot of experimental fruits and vegetables, and today we're going to talk about grape pruning. Not muscadines, real grapes, bunch grapes. This one here I left for last so you can see it nicely. All your fruit is formed on new wood, so you're going to take all the old wood off, and I mean all of it. Most people don't prune their grapes far enough. These are all productive from last year. I'm going to take it back to about 2 buds, maybe a little more. This is a real nice future shoots will be coming out here on your little buds. These wimpy shoots, you can take them back a little further. When you prune a grape, you leave a nub. Don't prune it like that, because grapes don't heal like a tree. They just seal off that little nub, and this will dry out the bud if you cut too close. So you leave a little nub. That's okay.
So that's kind of like what we're looking for, okay?
Right. This is an old, this vine is what, 12 years old, I think.
Wow.
You can see at this node here, I've been cutting every year. Been cutting, and then I let all the new ones come out. That's good there. These little wimpy ones, I'm going to cut this right here. So that's what you're left with, a bud, nice bud here and a couple here. All these buds will make a shoot, and that's where your fruit comes for 2019's crop. Little wimpy ones cut to 1 bud, but a nice one like this, 2 buds is fine.
How often do you feed your grapes, and what time of year do you suggest feeding them?
You can feed them 2 or 3 or 4 times a year. I generally don't. I kind of starve them. I don't even irrigate because of our water table being so high. But if you're on a high, dry, sandy area, irrigation is recommended. You're going to do a lot better with cropping. I'll do some down here.
Now, Paul, you said these could fruit the first year or second year?
This particular variety is called Il Primo. It's a hybrid of a native Florida grape called Vitis shuttleworthii, and it grows in wetland areas from about Lake County all the way south. It doesn't like cold. It will grow up north very well. In fact, it dies.
Now, you don't grow these for eating purposes. I mean,
This particular grape its best use is for fresh juice.
Okay.
Either verjus or the real ripe juice. It's really a winner. It doesn't make great wine, but you can make wine with it. It's good for fresh eating also. Here's a shoot that's straight down. I don't want that. I don't want stuff straight. I want it to drape over like a Medusa's head, because these types of hybrids, they droop over.
What do you do with the bottom growth, Paul? Are you actually bringing that back further when you cut it?
Down here?
Oh, like you were saying, you didn't want the lower growth coming off.
I don't want it growing straight down because it's going to hit the ground.
Okay.
I want them to more or less go up like this. They need a lot of room. Here's a real big shoot. I started way back here, way back when. Cut here, and then something came out here, and I cut that, and then something came out here, and I cut that, and something came out here, and I cut that. And here last year, these 2 nubs. So these are new shoots. I can either do this and we're done, or I can cut it way back here and start new ones. This will just keep getting longer and longer as time goes by. Okay. When I need to tie my grapes, if I don't want to tie something big like that, I use paper twist ties, and I buy these by the thousands. They're paper, and you can leave them on. Okay. They'll disintegrate in a year. They'll just rust away. Plastic won't. Don't use plastic because they'll eventually strangle. It's not an issue so much with grapes because they grab onto themselves with their tendrils, and they're used to that. It doesn't hurt them. I don't see any examples, but they're used to having a tendril wrap around. Like, see that?
Yep.
But by the time in nature, that'll disintegrate, and it will squeeze it, but it won't hurt it. So here's one. I don't want this wimpy one. There's a bud. There's the big one. This I think I'm going to leave this. I'm going to use this as a replacement cordon if I need it. I'm suspecting something might be wrong with this cordon here, so I'm going to leave this, and I'll leave it. I will prune it though. I will prune it.
What was the name for that? Cordon?
Cordon or arm.
Arm. Okay.
Arms. It's this is the head, the trunk, and the arms.
Okay.
These big pieces are the permanent structures.
Okay.
Once you get that trained up there, that's how it's going to be from now on. And you just prune all this stuff off. If you go real fast, you better wear a leather glove on this side, because man, bad news.
Cut your own
I've
hand?
cut my fingers.
Okay.
Kenny Gill did that the other day, and he's healing.
Yeah.
But that's a nice.
That's kind of like the finished product then.
Yeah.
Nice.
That'll do well. So that's really it. And you do you do this pruning every year, like an annual haircut on all grapes. They need it cut back far. You're not shaving off the whole thing, but you are leaving just enough, either one bud or two buds.
Paul, for those that don't know, when did these fruit?
They start flowering about the end of February, and the fruit will be ripe late July, mid-July through August.
Wow.
Now this is a wimpy. This is dead. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. I don't want this one that's too wimpy. I'll just cut that back here. I don't need that bud or that bud. And this one looks okay. This one's kind of wimpy. This is wimpy. These wimpy ones come off. I'll leave this one here. That's dead. Just clean it up like that. And you do the whole thing. That's really it.
Now you said this is more of a juice variety. Could this also be made into wine?
Yes.
Okay.
You can make wine with anything. But it's best, I've made wine, I've eaten them fresh. The best value for this one, Il Primo it's called, is fresh juice. I can get better prices from restaurants for the juice. Of course, I can't sell wine, I'm not licensed, but the juice, you get a better price. No one's producing fresh grapes from fresh grape juice that I know of.
Okay.
Not around this area.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the wineries. I know Lake Ridge is.
Yeah, I think most people are under the assumption you can only grow muscadines. You're not growing muscadines, right?
No, muscadines don't do well for me due to disease pressure from these newer hybrids. But what I've graduated towards is these unusual grape hybrids were bred in Florida for Florida by all the old-time breeders, as well as two universities, University of Florida and Florida A&M University. They are pretty much pioneers. All the old-time breeders are pretty much dying off. University of Florida does not do any more grape breeding, so they're out of the picture. It's pretty much up to individuals now to do any breeding. I'm not going to do it. It takes too many years. See, I try to get them done. This one has bud break already. It's a little pink bud. See that?
Wow.
Yeah. It's unusual weather. So
because of the mild winter?
I don't know. This whole year is weird for everything. Seems like.
Okay.
But this is the only name this has is Florida 13C12. That was its hybrid selection out of University of Florida. This one has an extremely dark grape. And whatever wine you put this into, it turns dark like Welch's grape juice. It's great for the color. Yeah, I like this one.
So if we're going to grow grapes down here, the way to do it is on a cable.
A trellis of your choosing, either a two-tier system like that, a single wire. or an upper one tier. You can also, if you're really into making a T, you can have parallel.
Oh, lines coming back.
Yeah, and you can split your vine this to go this way, then split them again and have the four arms put up on one level.
Yeah,
that works.
Any bunching grapes that you can actually eat out of hand that will do well down here?
All of them. Well, well, they have to be disease resistant. You have to select them.
Okay.
The red seedless grapes that you see in the store, all those are vinifera hybrids. They won't do well in Florida.
Okay.
They're all grown in California or up northern tier states. So there's that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, there's a lot of unusual hybrids that I'm trying to keep from getting thrown away and destroyed and extinct. Trying to keep them alive.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Spread them around, and so yeah, this guy should produce a good crop. I even gave it an extra arm.
Just that one's got a double.
Well, it's actually got this, and this because I want to see how much poundage I can get out of it.
Oh, you're really pushing it this year, huh? What's the average production on a grapevine? I mean, what do you get?
Oh, jeez.
There is no average?
I think I got 3 pounds off of this one this year. The Il Primos will produce, this particular one vine, I think it produced 30 or more pounds. I had to thin it out. It was too much. Yeah, it was way too much.
That's heavy.
I just cut them off when they're still green and small. Don't want to stress out the plant too much.
Yeah. All right, guys, pruning grapes with Paul Zmoda. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, and most importantly, pound that dirt.